Welcome to a brief introduction to the online course Understanding Our Political Economy, provided by the Henry George School of Social Science, located at 149 East 38th Street in New York City. What we teach when we teach political economy are moral principles. The first moral principle being that the earth is the birthright of all persons equally. If one accepts this principle, the very idea of group territorial sovereignty over any portion of the planet is challenged. And the assertion of a moral principle puts us at odds with cultural norms in place for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Norms that embrace the claimed right to cultural relativism and denial of the existence of universal human rights. We need to tell the story of human migration and settlement to reinforce the fact that no individual, no group of individuals, has a greater claim to any portion of the earth than any of the rest of the people of this planet. None of us are indigenous. We must help people understand that the control over territory is a form of privilege for which compensation to the community and society is justly due. Surely the Queen of England has passed through the rent she collects from her tenants so her subjects are not unfairly taxed? Or maybe not. Before introducing land as a factor of production, we need to talk about how people must come up with rules governing the access to and use of nature when the group ceases to migrate with the seasons and animals and settles in one place to establish a long-term, perhaps permanent community. Initially, the rules will likely take into consideration what is fair to all. However, over time, every established community of people succumbs to an hierarchical social structure. Warrior chiefs become kings, supported by a privileged aristocracy. The group's knowledge bearers evolve into a priestcraft, claiming exclusive power to communicate with and influence the gods for a price. Which of course leaves the rest of the people to work the land and produce the food and other necessities. Which raises another fundamental moral question to be considered by the study of political economy. What is the fair distribution of that which is produced by the people who work the land or otherwise produce the goods we all need to survive? And why do some have so much more than they can ever use, while others do not have enough for a decent human existence? With this introduction of the moral issues involved, we can introduce students to the factors of production, the basic definitions, and the story of how rent increases over time as a growing claim out of total production. How much detail to go into from this point on depends on the length of the lecture or course. The important thing is that the moral issues are presented right away to challenge what most people accept, namely, that the private ownership of land is natural, is just, and is essential in a society that protects individual liberty. Interested? Sign up and begin a course that will change how you think about the way the world works.